friends. Welcome to Miss Debbie's Story Time. I'm so happy you're here to join me. I have my friend Coco here with me today, and he wants us to read one of his favorite books. It is called One Mitten, and this book is written by Christine O'Connell George and illustrated by Maggie Smith. Now, he loves this book so much because there are so many things that you can do with one mitten. And even more fun that you can have with two mittens. So if you have some mittens or gloves, put them on and get ready to join us for One Mitten. Here goes. Before we get started with our story time, Miss Debbie wants you to think about why this book is called One Mitten. What would we do with one mitten? Don't we always usually wear two mittens? Miss Debbie has some gloves here that I'm going to try on for our story time. And first thing first, we are going to put on one mitten or glove. So I'm going to put it on my left hand first. Doesn't matter which hand you start with. And we're going to get started. So here goes. And think about why it might be called one mitten. Can you cover one eye like she is with one mitten? Good job. This is going to be fun. Let's see. One mitten. Oh, let's look at the picture here. I know Miss Debbie has a basket full of hats and mittens and scarves in the wintertime that are easily accessible for my children to grab before they head out the door on a wintry cold day. So this talks about one mitten. I see the one mitten in here. Wonder why there's only one mitten. What do you think? One mitten, yellow and bright, fits on my left hand. Oh, Miss Debbie has hers in her left hand. Can you show your one hand? If you have it on your right hand, you can start with that one too. Or on my right. You can switch it over and put it on your other hand. There it goes. Look at the dog. Is he looking for something in there? I wonder what he's looking for. One mitten can wave a mitten hello. Looks like she might be waving to her brother. Can you wave hello? Hello. Good job. One mitten can make a shadow show with shadow shapes of a mitten whale. Maybe you could try this after our story and see if you can make a shadow with your mitten. And a slow, slow mitten snail. Look at them, they're having fun together making a shadow puppet from both of their hands. One mitten is a hat for a rooster's head. Can you make a silly hat on your head? Pretend that you're a rooster. Or a very small mitten bag bed. Looks like they put their little animal in there. Coco, do you think I could fit you in my glove? I don't think so. I think you're a little too big. One mitten is a mitten flag. A flag? It looks like they're putting it on their dog's tail. Hold still, Daisy. Daisy's starting to wag her tail. Wag, Daisy, wag! Whee! Off goes the mitten. One mitten gives my sleepy cat a kitten soft. One mitten pat. Aww, she's patting her kitten. And under the cat, some yellow fuzz. Do you see the yellow fuzz under the cat? Look at that. It looks a lot like the one mitten. Do you think it looks like the one mitten? Let's see. My other mitten. Is that what you were thinking? Then maybe she lost her other mitten and that's why we only had one to start with? How many people out there have lost a mitten or a glove? Miss Debbie has many a times. It's so hard to keep them together. So that's where it was. She's laughing. Look at the kitty looking at her. Saying you're silly. have 2 mittens. So let's take our break and put on the other glove or mitten, whatever you might have. And let's continue to read. 2 mittens can clap. Can you clap? Good job. Or flap mitten wings. Let's flap our mitten wings. I knew you'd be good at this story. Or make mitten ears. Let's make mitten ears. Hello, do you like my mitten ears? Silly mitten ears. Lots of 2 mitten things. She's covering her eyes. Cover your eyes with your hands. She's clapping her hands under her leg. Can you do that? Pushing her hair back with her 2 mittens. It looks like she's doing a handstand with 2 mittens. Rubbing her head and rubbing her belly at the same time. That's hard to do. And it looks like she is playing peekaboo. Let's see how much more 2 mitten fun we can have. 2 mittens windshield wipe the frosty glass on her window. It's snowing outside and covering up the grass. 2 mittens make binocular eyes. There she is. Can you make binocular eyes with your 2 mittens? And 2 mittens wave mitten goodbyes. Oh, I thought it might be her brother. Maybe she's having a play date with a friend. What do you think? She's waving goodbye. Look at the kitty cat waving goodbye too. There he is. Then 1 mitten, yellow and bright, holds my friend's hand, warm and tight. Look at that. You know what? Maybe it is her brother, and she's just going out to play with her friend. It's hard to turn these pages with just a mitten. Let me take this off and see. Yes, there is another page there. 2 friends with mittens were ready to go, skipping mitten warm into the snow. Look at all the footprints. Can you see the doggies' footprints? And their footprints in the snow. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed our story about 2 mittens. And now we are going to have fun making our very own mitten craft. I'll see you in just a minute. Welcome to Craft Time. Here we are going to make our very own pair of paper mittens. Miss Debbie has attached a string to each of our mittens so we won't lose a mitten like the little girl in our story did. So what we're going to need for this activity is the printable that Miss Debbie is including with the story time. With this printable, you can either color the mittens here on the paper and just leave it as is, put your name on it, maybe decorate the mittens or color around the mittens and make snowflakes. That's totally up to you. Or what you can do is put your piece of paper alongside a piece of construction paper here, and you can tape it down so it will stay in place, and then just cut your mittens out of the construction paper like Miss Debbie did to get some colorful mittens here. Now, if you decide to go the route where you're going to be cutting out of construction paper, we can decorate those mittens. Miss Debbie's cut out her white pieces here, and you can decorate your mittens. You can use some stickers to make your mittens look just the way you would like them. Or you can do what Miss Debbie did and took a piece of construction paper and I folded it many times so that we could make one circle and get lots of circles out of that one cut. So I cut out some circles and glued them down on my mittens for a little decoration. Or you can use a crayon and color your mittens whatever color you would like, just like so. You can leave this part white. Miss Debbie had cut out this piece from my template and glued it onto my green construction paper mitten. See how it's all green? To make it look like I got a little white fuzz on my mittens. Or what you could do is take some glue and glue down some cotton balls and make that a nice little furry addition to your mittens. To add your string onto your mittens, you can take some yarn or some regular string that you might have or thread and just cut it like so. And then what you're going to do is before you glue down the little covers here, you can put your piece of yarn, show you how I did that, right in between. So Miss Debbie just glued some yarn down here and then covered it up with the white paper. If you're not doing it that way, you can simply just tape it or glue it onto the back side of your mittens. And that's it. Have fun. Thank you so much for joining us today reading our book called One Mitten. Coco was so happy to see you, and Miss Debbie was so happy to see you too. Now before we say goodbye, Miss Debbie thought it might be fun to give you another little activity to do during the day or throughout the week until we do story time again next week. Maybe go on a shape hunt throughout your home. See how many circles you can find, how many squares, how many triangles, and maybe how many rectangles. There are so many other shapes out there that you might know that you could try to find throughout your house too. You could make a chart and write down the number of squares you find and the number of circles you find, or you could just have fun going on a shape hunt with someone in your family. So I hope you have a lot of fun with that. And also, Miss Debbie wanted you to know that maybe you might want to switch out some of your books that you have in your car. I know I always have books in my car for my little ones to read on a car ride, so maybe try switching it up a bit, or maybe even try switching up some of the books in a book basket that you might have in your home. And if you don't have any other books that you can switch up, you can always tune in to our South Shore Family Network website. There you can click on the videos button, and Miss Debbie has lots and lots of storytime videos that you could enjoy throughout the week. So until I see you again next week, my friends, stay happy and healthy. Bye. Coco, say bye. Bye.